fourth Sunday of Advent. This is how the birth of Jesus Christ came about. We all know that story, the angel coming to Mary with unbelievable news, Joseph trying to figure out how he's going to find his way through this, and having a dream and trusting. I think that's part of what the message of today's gospel is. Mary didn't try to explain it. She didn't understand it, even with Gabriel. What are you talking about? How can this be? But let it be done to me. She didn't try to explain to Joseph. It couldn't be explained. Joseph didn't understand, didn't try to explain it, but trusted. I think that's the call for all of us this Advent, is to trust those deep down intuitions that come to us. We all find ourselves in places of unexpected change, moments when our lives get turned upside down. We weren't anticipating, we weren't expecting whatever it is that's coming. We don't know how to move through this. And yet sometimes we get that deep yearning. We see a possibility, something we never thought of before. Sometimes we're called to look at ourselves and ponder, what's going on? How do I do this? I just read something that said, wonder happens when we don't have a narrative. And I think that's the call of Advent, is to reconnect with that wonder and awe that we have for God. That means sometimes we have to let go of our narrative. And that's the narrative. Nary and Joseph had to let go of the narrative they had for what their wedding was going to look like, what their life was going to be like. They had to let go of that narrative and be open to the possibility that God had for them, that wonder and awe. What is it that we have been called to ponder this past Advent as our Advent season comes to an end? What is it that we are being asked to open or let go of, surrender, step into, so that we can see the world anew for the possibility? Joseph and Mary surrendered, and they trusted, and God changed the world forever. Jesus Christ was born, the Messiah, and he changed the world. At the end of this week, we will celebrate that birth once again, but we also celebrate how we are being called to give birth to Christ. How are we going to love? How are we going to forgive? How are we going to be present to the world around us? How are we going to surrender to those deep convictions within us? Mary knew that God can turn the world upside down, and she trusted and said, let it be done. Are we able to say, let it be done, and let go of narratives that are holding us hostage and preventing us from entering into the wonder and awe? Think of little children walking into a new experience, whatever it might be, maybe going to the zoo, maybe walking into the Christmas lights, maybe remember walking out into, the first time I was at Tiger Stadium, and walking up into that open expanse of that beautiful field. All of those moments of just being present, that's what we're called to. Are we ready? What else do we need to ponder this last week of Advent so that we can step into Christmas with eyes open anew and filled with wonder and awe? Amen.